Okay, so I just soaked the previous tube in Listerine whitening mouthwash. It's 8% alcohol. That's 16 proof. So hopefully this will immediately generate a false positive signal here. And the idea here is I just want to make sure that I'm working with something that generates a false positive signal before I start making gum coatings out of it, okay, and have them not work. I want to make sure that the active component, the alcohol, actually is being detected. So, something's being detected here. Okay, I got a 0.39, so that's a fail. So it's interesting, how much more active Ferragamo Black is here. The first score I got on that one was a 0.25. I'm not sure what the alcohol concentration of Ferragamo Black is, but apparently it's pretty high. So, anyways, this should be sufficient, and probably better, more convincing in some ways, perhaps, So Listerine, whatever, whitening or whatever, it should be fine for what I'm trying to show here. So I'm going to go back in a second, and I'm going to generate a contaminated blow tube with a sorbitol, gum solution, dentine, ice, Arctic chill flavor. I'm gonna have a mixture of dentine, ice, Arctic chill flavor with the Listerine whitening. Okay, and leave a residue on here which has got alcohol in it. Okay, and hopefully demonstrate a more or less permanently contaminated blow tube. Permanent to the extent that it's not going to vaporize away. Okay, like Ferragamo Black probably is here. Stick around indefinitely until you wash it, essentially. So that's next here. Ferragamo Black here is I'll test this here next. I believe the last signal was about a 0.015. It was a pass. So, like to see, how far this is down. I'm not sure how many minutes it's been since, I contaminated this thing. But, so far, I don't have any evidence that's good enough to say that this isn't more or less permanently contaminated either. I suspect it's not. Okay, which is why I want to go ahead and have do a gum coating, but we'll see. Essentially the question here is this ever gonna get down to a 0.000? I expect it might, but I don't know. And the question is how long? How long does the Ferragamo Black residue stick around? If one sprays that cologne on your clothes, it's absorbed into the cotton or whatever. It does stick around for perhaps hours. At least noticeably for perhaps well over an hour. In this case, the question is, can you come back a day later or 2 days later or whatever and, still get significant false positives? I doubt that's probably the case of Ferragamo Black here, which is why I want to, go to the gum coating with the Listerine whitening or whatever. So apparently it's still contaminated. Let's see what we're down to here. 0.12. So, yeah, so far this is somewhat consistent with my expectations, where it certainly hasn't gone down to the baseline level yet. And at this point, I don't care so much. If I have to, I'm going to clean this tube out. And so I've got a clean tube. I'm going to have to drive here a little bit anyways. I don't want to get any rolling retest failures. So I'm going to go ahead and take the other blow tube and see if I can lay down an alcohol Listerine mouthwash, alcohol-based mouthwash, laced coating, gum coating on this thing that has more permanent effect in terms of contamination.